So Kelly Marie Tran actually came forth and talked about the bullying she suffered online. What's up everybody, today I'm here to do a quick video on the controversy surrounding Kelly Marie Tran, the Rose Tico from The Last Jedi. Now if you don't know or you're not following, a while ago she did deleted her Instagram, and technically it was because of harassment and bullying, you know. And if you don't remember, the media was pretty much harassing all the fans, saying how horrible Star Wars fans are and racist because people are attacking the actress because they hated Rose Tico and things like that. Even Stephen Colbert did kind of a parody making fun of all the male because they hate women and things like that. And I addressed this subject on a video a while ago, and that's why I would like to make another video, because right now we actually did hear back from Kelly Marie Tran herself. We know that Mark Hamill, John Boyega, even Ryan Johnson, they all kind of put their ideas out there saying that no, people shouldn't be harassing her and things like that, but we haven't heard anything directly from her. And even people were saying, did she really suffer this kind of harassment? And I said on my other video that I had no doubt that she did, mostly because the internet is a very vicious place. Every single person on the internet will suffer some kind of terrible comments. This is obviously this will happen, so I had no doubt that she did suffer some sort of harassment. However, we didn't really know the reason why she deleted her Instagram account. So some people were saying perhaps they were using that to decoy the failure of Solo. But at the same time, no matter what, my opinion on bullying, it doesn't change. I think that bullying is something that is not right. I do not stand by it. I honestly, whoever wasted their time to go on this actor's account or whatever other actor's account to go bully them because of a character that they play, that's not the right way to go about it. So I stand by that. Also, if that was really, this whole controversy was really a decoy, we're never gonna know, you know. Do I believe that companies actually do that? Absolutely. However, I also do believe that she did suffer bullying, because that's what happens on the internet. You know, I sometimes have terrible comments and I'm not even famous, you know. Imagine someone that is on the public eye like that. So yes, I do believe that, and I also believe that people act upon this kind of harassment in different ways. You know, her way of acting on it was just deleting her account. And also, before I go any further with this, I'd like to thank everyone that left comment and, you know, with suggestions of topics that you guys would like me to cover, and I'll try my best to cover all of it. Thanks so much. Also, some of you were asking me to cover the Resistance trailer. However, this weekend I had a crazy weekend. I did record a reaction, but I didn't have time to edit. So perhaps I was thinking to address this on a live chat tomorrow. I will let you guys know on Twitter. Let's talk a little bit about the Kelly Marie Tran situation here. So now we do have confirmation that, you know, she's saying that it was indeed because of harassment. I will leave the article below. This is out on the New York Times, and it's basically an essay directly from Kelly Marie Tran. And the headline says, Kelly Marie Tran, I won't be marginalized by online harassment. Bullying is something that it shouldn't happen. People should not waste their time to go on these people's personal account and say, I wish you die, you're terrible, things like that. Especially the actors that had nothing to do with it. Even Ryan Johnson himself should not be saying people wasting their time to send him death threats or horrible things about his family. That's not the right way to go about it. So that's even though I hated the film myself, I never wasted my time to go there and say this kind of things. If I want to have an argument with him to do with the work that he did, that's one thing, but taking to a different level, you know, that's something that I don't think people should be doing. But let's see what she's saying over here. So she says on this essay, it wasn't their words, it's that I started to believe them. So that's the biggest problem with bullying, okay? And bullying is a very sensitive subject, and a lot of people just think, oh, these people have so much money, whatever with them, they should have thick skin. And that's kind of true, you know, like if you're in a public eye like that, you need to have some sort of preparation, because you are going to have negative feedback. But again, I still believe that people act upon it the way that they want. She deleted her account. The other thing is that people sometimes forget their humanity a little bit and say, oh, these people have so much money so they can, that doesn't make right the fact that the people are bullying them. It's still not right. It doesn't matter who they are. I wasn't raised that way, and I don't think people should be thinking that way, okay? It's not right to go there and say nasty things to people because of a character that they played. It doesn't make any sense. If your problem is with the character, you should go complain about the character to the director who wrote the character, even though you shouldn't be sending death threats to the director. So that's my point of view of that. Continue down here, she's saying, their words seem to confirm what growing as a woman and a person of color already taught me, that I belonged in margins and spaces valid only as a minor character in their lives and stories. I probably won't be reading the entire thing. I'm just going to read sections of it. But one section that I think is important to mention is that their words reinforced a narrative I had heard my whole life, that I was other than I didn't belong, that I wasn't good enough, simply because I wasn't like them. And that feeling, I realize now, was and is shame. A shame for things that made me different, a shame for the culture from which I came from. And to me, the most disappointing thing was that I felt it at all. So she does talk about some self-confidence issue, you know, that she had throughout her entire career, and that kind of have an effect. And that's the reason why when she was receiving this kind of bullying, she started to believe the words that were there, you know. Sometimes we have very sad stories of people that actually cause harm to themselves because of these bullying. And again, we shouldn't really be judgmental because we don't know people's story or what they're through, things that they're really dealing with, you know. People just think, oh, the fact that these people have so much money, they had all these amazing jobs, they are still human. And if money and fame brought so much happiness, we wouldn't have so many celebrities committing suicide or overdose and drug abuse, you know. These people could be messed up in their head as well. So that's where I find that people forget their humanity a little bit, and just because, oh, they have so much money, they have the best job in the world, it doesn't make bullying right, okay? I'm gonna continue, and towards the end, she says, there are the thoughts that run through my head every time I picked up a script or a screenplay or a book. I know the opportunity given to me is rare. I know that now I belong to a small group of privileged people who get to tell stories for a living, stories that are heard and seen and digested by a world that for so long has tasted only one thing. I know how important that is, and I am not giving up. You might know me as Kelly. I am the first woman of color to have a leading role in a Star Wars movie. I am the first Asian woman to appear on the cover of Vanity Fair. My real name is Loen. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And I'm just getting started. So good for her if this whole situation is actually giving her strength to fight this kind of problems that she's going through her entire career. So sometimes this sort of bullying actually help people to get stronger, but not everyone has a happy ending story. And some people actually, like I said before, cause harm to themselves, and that's the sad story. So I think good for her if this is really making her stronger. Now the problem of all of this is that just the fact that she's a woman of color in Star Wars movie, people have to like the character, and if people don't like the character, they're racist and they are the ones causing the bullying, and that's not the truth. Is it possible that people just didn't like the character because the character did not make much sense? Is that possible? So this was my biggest issue with all of this. Like I said it many times, I didn't enjoy the character either, mostly because they wasted 30 minutes of a movie on a stupid subplot that could have been Luke training Rey. I would have rather seen that than see someone liberating stupid horses, or no, or just talking about Reach versus Spore and blah blah blah. So all of that arc was just useless. It didn't make any sense in the film. Instead of them the media kind of realize, oh, or at least considering, is it possible that people just didn't like the character because it wasn't a very good character? But no, now the whole subject is just so sensitive. It's just the fact that people didn't like the character, it makes people racist. And then obviously there's the bullying and people that went there and wasted our time calling her names and all these things, it just adds more to the narrative that they are pushing. So that's it, guys. That's pretty much my 2 cents on this whole Kelly Marie Tran situation. Now, she did came forth. She does say that she did receive a backlash, but now this is making her stronger, and I think that that's good for her. I wish that every person that is suffering bullying would kind of overcome the situation in the same direction, although sometimes it's not always like that. So I think bullying is something very serious. It's something that people shouldn't be doing, okay? However, as far as the Rose Tico character goes, I don't think that this whole thing changes the flaws in the character, okay? Like, for instance, they show us Rose Tico mourning her sister, but they forgot to show any of the original characters mourning Han that has been an established character for over 40 years. So there are little details like that that no one is paying attention. And not right now, again, everyone is so sensitive about representation that if people complain about the character, it's immediately, oh, it's because she's a character of color. And I believe that that's not true, okay? There are people out there that are racist. There are people out there that hate women, but I don't think that the complaint, I mean, if you go and search, I didn't see people saying that they complained the character because she was Asian or because she was a woman of color. It's not because of that. It's mostly because they put too much emphasis on the character instead of focusing on things that actually people wanted to see, which is Luke training Rey, for instance, okay? It's not about that. New characters should be introduced and it should have a progression, okay? However, people went to watch a movie expecting to have a resolution of other original characters, and instead of that, we had 30 minutes or so many screen time of a new character with plot lines that didn't make any sense. And now, because people didn't like it, everyone is just racist, and everyone were the ones that were in charge of the bullying. We know that that's not true. Not every single person wasted their time to go on her account and do that. Unfortunately, some people did. I'm pretty sure it happened, but it's not every single person, you know? And I think that the media should consider maybe the character's not that good. Maybe there's a problem with the movie, and not just assume that, oh, people hate women, oh, people hate like things being progressive. It's just, all of this to me is an excuse or kind of to put a band-aid on something that went terribly wrong. But that's it, guys. Again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time. Bye.